The Winkler Flyers are a very interesting team. They finished second, 33 regular season wins, 71 points, comfortably in that second place. They pushed the Dauphin Kings a little bit there in the playoffs as well. It was a pretty interesting season overall for the Winkler Flyers. Kevin, do you see them being able to build off of that success with a lot of new players in bigger roles for the Flyers this year?
Yeah, most certainly. There's guys certainly moving up the rankings as far as their position within the lineup, although their defensive core is mostly intact. And that was something that really impressed me last year. Guys like, Cole McKenzie is an incredible player to watch. And even with guys like, Legowski and some of those other fellas that provide a solid base and maybe your bottom pairings, that gives you a good foothold moving from night in, night out, because you need that solid defensive presence. And like we've said, those tough games, middle of the week going into Winnipeg, you need a win coming out of that. You need to make sure that you solidify yourself in the lineup and don't leave it to the end of the season when you really have to start making hay. If you can become a consistent presence, and I think that's what coach and GM Justin Falk and his assistant coaches are doing. It's asserting themselves on a nightly basis and making sure you put your best foot forward competition wise. They have scoring, they have grit. Guys like Trent Penner, who are best playing on the edge. I saw that guy, he started the year off on the power play and was very consistent. And then all of a sudden you have him in there mixing it up, making it tougher on other teams throughout the course of the year. I think the Winkler Flyers could be a very dynamic franchise this year and could cause a lot of issues for everybody else.
Absolutely. Great fan support too. Hashtag fight for Gordy. Really, really good stuff. Fight for Jordy. Darnell, we talked about a Western Conference team that hope versus need when it comes to win. Is Winkler firmly in the camp of need to win here in the next couple years to kind of reestablish themselves as a dominant franchise in the MJHL?
Yeah, I think that the 100%, I think that was said perfectly. They need to win. They have such great fan support. Their facility, it's incredible. They are so loud. The horns are so loud. They rally around the organization amazingly. You talk about horns. Some fans don't like the horns as loud as they are. I know in Dauphin, some of the fans weren't as happy, perhaps, about how loud the horns were. But at the end, yeah, I know, right? But but at the end of the day, this is an organization that is always right there. I think they have a great coaching staff. They just added to their coaching staff as well, an assistant coach. So I think this is a team that if Trent Sambrook looks like he's coming back, talk about a special player. Sambrook, not big by any means, but he skates so well. Offensively, he's so gifted, really strong on the back end as well. Yes, they lost a lot of players. McCarthy, Spence in top two, but I think this is a Flyers team that have always recruited well. Historically, they're always a team at the top, certainly the top half of the standings, and a title contender. They ran into a hot Kings team in the second round last year. But I think if you're in Winkler, if you're in orange and black territory, you have to win. You need to win, and you have the faith at the end of the day that you're going to be able to win as well.